Ronnie Mamoepa, born in Atteridgeville, west of Pretoria in 1960.
We were both born in Atteridgeville, although he was born 4 years before me.
Remembered by many as an astute public servant who dedicated his entire career to the people of South Africa. But to those close to him, they knew him as a family man, and a domesticated one at that.
My dad is out here mopping.
My father was a great man. I learned a lot from him, and most of the things I learned from my father, I learned from frustration. My father had a way of making you learn a lesson by making you very angry, so that it would stay with you forever. There's things that I'm only seeing now, after he has passed, that I'm only learning that I drive properly because he made me drive a certain way. He forced things upon me.
Anyone that I meet outside of the house and who comes to me and tells me, oh, this comrade this and comrade that, he's not that to me. As soon as he comes home, he's my father. And what happens outside the house happens outside the house. And when we are together in the house, we talk about family responsibilities, what we are together, when are we doing this together, how he wants to go to Hatis and bond. So at home, he's my father. Outside the gates, he is everything else to everyone else.
When he's home is a different person. He's a father, he's a brother, he likes to laugh, he'll make jokes. He took me to his friend's 21st birthday party. That was the first time I attended a formal party. We were still young, so when we were there, it was so nice. And then he just said to me, Imran, don't ask me for anything. I said, now, Herzama, I shouldn't ask you for anything. What do you mean? And then he opened his jacket side pocket a little bit for me to see. He had stolen some snacks, you know, peanuts, raisins and whatever. So I said, now, how do I? He said, you get yours. So I had to look left, look right when nobody sees me, and then I put into my jacket.
He thought he could give the king of pop a run for his money and graze any magazine cover with his runway poses. He was a fierce supporter of Amabagabaga and a firm believer in proper presentation.
If you do not use Botox, soon you will become very old. Watch out. Watch out. I am warning you. One day we will pray for the downfall of the age.
Yeah.
Mrs. Mamoepa, I am warning you. You must use Botox.
Okay. Point taken.
There was always a scurry of activity whenever he was around, because Ronnie was a perfectionist who did not take no for an answer. His presence was also marked by laughter, a quality that very few possesses.
He was able to see fun even in a very serious situation, and he will all laugh about it.
The fondest memory I will take of him is his constant joyfulness, bubbliness, and laughter.
A man who would contribute with humility again, and also with a smile. He was always having some jokes. We enjoyed working with him.
From a very young age, it was clear that Ronnie, or Ronaldo as he referred to himself, would be one of the giants of his lifetime.
Actually want to dip our banners in memory of some of our gallant fighters who paid a supreme sacrifice to ensure that our people reach this stage. I'm thinking here of the child, Hector Peterson.
When we grew up around 76, he used to force me to listen to Radio Freedom around 9 in the evening. That's when he cut his teeth into politics. Around early 90s, he has said that when he passes on, he will be buried by the state. Everything that is there now depicts whatever that he has predicted long time back.
From his earliest days, he did not shy away from facing the apartheid regime. He participated in protests in various townships, conducted mass mobilization campaigns, and was detained many times since 1976 for being a fearless patriot and defender of the people of our country.
The first time I met him, we were together at Sunnyside police station, and he called me and said, "Hey, Bratai, they've detained me." I couldn't believe it because Ronnie was so young.
Like many other freedom fighters, he was convicted of terrorism and sentenced to 5 years in prison on Robben Island. But this did not deter his fighting spirit. He had the courage of a lion, true to his clan name, Tau. Ronnie also served on the communication team of the Mandela Reception Committee, which managed the media and communication elements upon the release of former President Nelson Mandela. It was clear at this time that freedom was not far away, and Ronnie spared no effort in preparing for the day that Nelson Mandela would cast his vote in a democratic election.
All that I would like to say is that this is a very exciting moment. It's the victory of the people of South Africa. And it is in that spirit that we are taking part in it.
In serving the country, Ronnie strode the domestic and international stages. At the heart of his work, domestically and internationally, Ronnie aimed to contribute positively to the life of the people of our country.
Ronnie was a wonderful person, a very kind-hearted, but more importantly, he was a freedom fighter. He was the youngest political prisoner. He was a disciplined cadre of our organization. But Ronnie was also an excellent public servant.
Ronnie remained an activist to the end. He had a love for the spoken and written word, which saw him work as a media activist. Those who worked with him describe him as visionary, professional, and dedicated to his craft.
He was gentle and hard at the same time. Since I started working with him, not only was I a PA, but Ronnie taught me how to write statements, media advisories, how to handle media events.
Ronnie's greatest satisfaction came from seeing a good story about the country and its leadership on news headlines. His work also filtered into academic literature on South Africa's transition to democracy. Many would remember Ronnie saying, "Real work is that which is done behind the scenes." His humility, honesty, and credibility was appreciated amongst comrades, peers, journalists, relatives, and communities alike. As we mourn the loss of a fine cadre and communicator, let us also pause to remember his boisterous spirit, his love for people and life. This was truly a man who lived life to the fullest.
Ronnie was very good at communicating a very complex message in a very simple way.
Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa today, Monday 17, oh wrong. The 17th today? Okay. 1, 2. Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa today, Monday 16 January, arrived in Davos, Switzerland, where he is leading on behalf of President Jacob Zuma, a 56-person high-level government, business and labor delegation to the World Economic Forum 2017, which is scheduled from Tuesday to Friday, the 20th of January.
But he was deeply theoretical. He was one of the young people who came out of Robben Island, deeply endowed in understanding the theory of our revolution. I remember he used to talk about Das Kapital and how much on Robben Island they spent the time there trying to understand that book, Dialectics.
His incarceration, young as he was in Robben Island, also really gave him a good grasp of the fundamentals of Marxism-Leninism.
We are here as the Provincial Executive Committee of the ANC in Gauteng to convey our condolences to his wife Audrey, the family and the relatives, and we want to say may his soul rest in eternal peace.
In recognition and acknowledgement of the role that Comrade Ronnie has played both in the struggle for liberation in South Africa as well as the administration and governance in the post-1994 era.
The people who based it must come. Where are these guys? Where are these guys, Chief of Staff? That is how Mamoepa always introduced himself when he comes to my office and say, Chief of Staff, and Mamoepa would say, hey, Chief of Staff, I'm stressed. These guys at GCIS, they are delayed, The statement is not out and it's 5 minutes late. But don't worry, Chief of Staff, we'll do it. Don't worry, we'll do it. The memories of Mamoepa in the office of the President, in the presidency as a whole, government in the whole of South Africa, is that of a man who was dedicated, who loved his work, who respected authority, who respected people, and most importantly, Ronnie Mamoepa was humane.
Ronnie was like a father to me, and he meant a lot to me. He showed me his love, and I loved him so much, and we worked together very well. And even my son, when the phone rang, sometimes he would ask, is it Chief? Because I called Ronnie Mamoepa Chief, and sometimes he would imitate me talking to Ronnie on the phone and say, hello Chief, are you ready Chief?
Ronnie Mamoepa will be greatly missed, and I think the spear has fallen. It is our responsibility to pick it up. Rest in peace, Brother Ronnie. You have inspired us with high levels of your intelligence, your commitment, your hard work and dedication.
Mr. Mamoepa had his ways, and he made sure that his dedication to his work and excellence was a priority for him, and he instilled those values in us, and those values that we continue to do in our daily work.
It's funny you want me to talk about Ronnie Mamoepa, and I'm not wearing a tie. Hey. One thing I can say about Ronnie is that he was many things to many people. I've learned so many things from Mr. Mamoepa. He was a pusher, he was a driver for objectives to be met.
Congratulations to you on behalf of all of us. And I'm sure
I worked with him in the ANC before unbanning, and through unbanning then into government, and he worked in a number of ministries, and in my case now he became my spokesperson as Deputy President. Ronnie was larger than life. He was one of the greatest communicators that you could ever wish for in government. His knowledge about communications and government and how it works was expansive, and he was an easy communicator. He was friendly to all the journalists that he had to work with, and he was a people's person. I can't think of a single person who had any negative disposition towards Ronnie. Ronnie was loved by everyone, and he was good at his work. He was very professional, and he was a person who had a great vision about how government communications should work. So for us, this is a great loss, and for me personally, as he was my spokesperson, this is a great, great loss.
We will miss you. It's been difficult 5 weeks. The last time I spoke to you, you said on that Sunday, God is good. And I responded all the time. And I still maintain it. God is good. And we should say all the time.
Sepela gabotse tau.